Purva.
And I'm Rachit Upadhyay, and we at the JECRC Association are back with yet another beloved alumnus of ours, Mr. Arush Pareek sir.
He's been working in the software industry for more than 14 years now and is well versed in variety of things from software testing to test automata. So, before beginning, if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please press the subscribe button to get all the notifications of our latest videos. Good afternoon, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And I guess beginning with the question, sir.
Sure.
You've been living in the Southwest for quite some time. How does it feels coming back to the Pink City?
Well, coming back to the Pink City, I mean, Jaipur is my hometown also. So, coming back to your hometown, you always feel comfortable. You always feel familiar with here. I mean, the people around you are you are familiar with. I mean, the streets you're walking, you're comfortable with, and I mean, there's even the shops you're going on, right? You know some of them. So it is always a feeling of comfort and familiarity when you're coming back to your hometown. I'll share one of the incident which happened with me yesterday only. So I mean, I went to one of the shops, sports shops, and the owner face seemed familiar to me. I was asking to the owner. I asked few questions to the owner. And later on, I came to know he was my batchmate only.
Oh.
Right? So such things can happen at your hometown only,
Exactly.
right? So it's always a lot of comfort feeling, familiar feeling when you are at your home.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. So, you started off your journey as a software engineer. What were your learnings in the initial years?
So I started off my journey back in 2008, and so I will try to answer this question, focusing on the points which were myth, especially the myth that I had when I was in my college life and when I joined my corporate life, right? So back at the time, the biggest myth is that we have a competitive mind, right?
Yes.
So whatever we are learning, we tend to share less with our friends. Like if you have studied some topic well, right? You will say कि मैं उसको क्यों सिखाऊं? उसके भी नंबर आ जाएंगे, right? मैंने पढ़ा है तो I should know that topic, right? So basically, that is the thing that I learned later. That is a myth. There's a concept called learn, teach, learn, right?
Yes.
So you should always follow that concept, learn, teach, learn, because in corporate life, when you learn new things and when you teach things, same thing around to the person around you, right? So basically, you are creating your aura over there in your company, right? People will start taking you as a problem solver. They come up with you, they come as a problem solver, that this guy is a technical guy, this will definitely solve my problem, right?
Sure.
So you create that kind of an image when you are teaching your whatever you have learned, right? So keep learning new thing and teaching those things to the people around you. So that is the one thing which I felt I was not doing at my college time. So learn, teach, learn. Second thing is the which I learned during my initial college company days is the ownership, right? Again, this is the same point which we lacked during the college time.
Yes, sir.
So ownership, we don't have a attitude of a chalta hai, right? That attitude we have in college time. So assignment nahi kiya, chalta hai, number kam aa gaye, chalta hai. Right? So that attitude we always have. So again, another skill that I learned over there is in corporate, chalta hai, nahi chalta hai wahan pe. Right? So you have to take the ownership of all the things that you're doing. And once you take ownership, then people start taking you seriously. Your seniors start taking you seriously. They have a faith in you that this guy will take the ownership and will do the complete thing which whatever is given to that guy, right? So that was the second thing I learned, that you should have all this ownership and not have a chalta hai kind of attitude, right? And the third thing and the last thing which I learned during the initial my career days is that the soft skills are very important. So, I mean, back 15 years back when I did my engineering, we used to pay 90 to 95% of focus on the technical skills only, just a 5% of the skill on the soft skills, right? But when joining these companies, I realized that soft skills play a major role in your growth. So these points help you fast pace your growth. It's not that if you don't have these points, you will not survive in the industry. You still survive, but if you have these points, you will fast pace your growth, right?
Exactly.
So those soft skills, maybe it is your presentation skill, where you speak, where it's your body language, where you are presenting yourself or some topic, right? So all of these things, soft skills things, do matter a lot in your initial journey in the corporate life.
Yes.
So these three fields I learned and helped me to fast pace my growth during my corporate journey.
So you know about a wide variety of things, ranging from Linux, Unix, software testing, quality assurance, test automation. How has it helped you in your career?
Okay, so basically, few of the skills which you mentioned, nowadays these are the mandatory skills. Back in 2008, these skills were not mandatory or not part of a curriculum.
Yes, sir.
But now most of these skills are part of a curriculum. So I think these are the mandatory skills for any person who is in the technical industry nowadays. The only skill that you talked about, the software testing, was the one skill which helped me distinguish myself from the others and which helped me boost my career also. So that was a conscious decision taken up by me to pursue that skill. And in fact, before my placement also, I have done some courses to attain some skills on this software testing, and it helped me really boost up my career because that was the area of my interest. Though there were a lot of misconceptions, rumor around those field, but I didn't let me down by those rumors, and I pursued some course and then got placed. And so basically the learning for me from all that is, if you are working in the area or working in the field which is of your interest, then your career growth is very fast paced. Versus we are working in an area which you are not interested, just working there to earn some bread, right? So always work in an area where you are interested. So the software testing was my interesting area. I was working in there. I was highly motivated in their area. I had a lot of ownership in that area because of my likings towards that area. So because of that, I think my career got fast paced. So that will be my suggestion to everyone: like, choose the field, take ownership of your career, and choose the field which you like, not which company are taking your interview and assigning you those fields.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Okay. You are a Microsoft certified Python programmer, but Java is still regarded as the most important programming language in our curriculum. If given a choice, what would you opt for, Java or Python?
Okay. So I'll go back to my college days to answer this question. I mean, so I was not a very great programmer at my college days. I was an average programmer, and almost all the tests I passed because of the Aarti and Astha. Those, I still remember those were the one who was sitting in front of me and one at the back of me when we were giving the papers, right? Those they helped me a lot to not to learn the programming languages and just pass out the papers like that. But basically, I feel programming a language, be it any programming language, and this especially I'm saying for the students like me who didn't have much of the interest during college days in programming, right? So we feel that we don't like programming or we don't know programming, right? But I feel basically we don't know programming because we are not paid much attention in learning the programming.
Yes, sir.
It is the negligence from our side that we feel key programming, we are not learning that programming, right? So when in my corporate life I paid attention in learning the program, then I liked it very much, and then I was very much interested in it, right? So basically, I mean, for the people who think the programming is not their piece of work, first check whether you are paying a sincere efforts to learn the programming, or if it is just because of the negligence you are not liking the programming.
Yes, sir.
Now coming back to your original question between the Java and Python, right? So once you know any programming language, it doesn't matter whether you're working on a Java or working on a Python. But still, if you're asking me to choose one of them, I will choose Python. And the reasons why I'm choosing Python, point number one, I'm also an author of one of the book for Python, Python Beyond Basic. I've written that book in Python. Other than that, me and my friend, we started our own technical institute where we provide corporate trainings. We have 3 branches in Noida, 3 branches in Pune, and 1 branch is in Noida. So there I used to train Python students myself in the early days. So I've trained more than 4,000 students in Python. So again, I mean, that's why Python is near to my heart because of that reason. But otherwise, it doesn't matter which language you're working. Only one language you should know from code.
Okay, so your current company is an online advertising company. So even though the product of your past companies are different from the current ones, does the role of a software engineer remain the same?
Okay. So basically, I joined this company in a leadership role. So I was part of a management team over there. So the challenges that as a manager I faced, right, those are pretty much similar. Although the domain was different, and it was a very interesting domain to learn from, because I didn't knew the advertisement just shown on our apps or on the your browsers need so much of technology in the behind. So it took me some time to learn that domain. But otherwise, my main responsibilities were to shape up the team, to shape up the technology in the SDET team, and those challenges were pretty much same which I faced in my last companies. So challenges wise, it was smooth sailing. But yeah, domain learning, that was there. I have to give quite some time to get myself acquainted with that. So that was there.
So, sir, now we'd like to begin with the rapid fire round.
Okay.
As the name suggests, it's a quick question and answer round.
Okay.
So, beginning with the first question, you have to choose one option.
Okay.
Pune or Jaipur?
Oh. Pune or Jaipur, it's a tough choice. I've been in Pune from last 15-16 years. So I have now become more of a Punekar now. And Jaipur, since I'm born over here, my roots are from here. So I would choose both of them. It is very difficult to choose any one of them from Pune or Jaipur. But right now I'm more of a Punekar, I can say.
Vada pav or dal bati churma?
Okay. So my taste bud still goes with dal bati churma. So they're definitely always I've been the fan of dal bati churma.
Mastani or Rabdi?
Must seem the current weather Rabdi was very fine, right? So yeah, that would be very Rabdi. Going with the current weather what we have.
Okay, Rising Pune Super Giants or Rajasthan Royals?
Rajasthan Royals.
Learning or earning?
Learning with earning. So basically, learning is very much required, right? Learning widens your horizon. It gives you a lot of, idea about what's going in the market, what are the skills required in the market, right? So until then you don't have that wider visibility, the decision you are taking may be a local or not long sustaining decision, right? So learning is mandatory. You need those learning, but if you apply those learning for earning, nothing bad in that.
Sure. Mount Abu or Mahabaleshwar?
I'll go with the Mahabaleshwar because the beauty of that place, and especially during the next about 15-20 days, that place is going to be amazing. So I should go with the Mahabaleshwar.
DSA or competitive programming?
Okay, DSA or competitive programming, they both have their own values. I won't say anyone is lesser important than anyone other. But as per my choice, I'll go with the competitive programming. Because competitive programming is like a sport. You put on all the energy to win that sport, right? So competitive programming is like that. You're putting in all the energies, all the algorithm knowledge you have. You're taking the dynamic decisions you want to make. Right? So it has its own fun. So I'll go with the competitive programming.
So I guess that's all for the questions.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving your precious time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope you found the video informative and insightful. And if you did, don't forget to like the video.
And do subscribe to our YouTube channel to get all the notifications of our latest videos. Thank you.
This is Rajat Upadhyay
And this is Apurva Rathod
signing off.